Good morning, friends. I'm Dewey, and my Tech Talk topic for today is why USB-C isn't yet universal. 2 weeks ago, my Tech Talk topic was USB-A to USB-C, a deep dive into differences. It was a journey into USB ports and cables from its modest beginning nearly 20 years ago to the versatile USB-C ports that are common today. Depending on configuration, USB-C ports and cables can transmit data up to 40 gigabits per second, or carry power up to 100 watts, or display video at up to 8K resolution. Notice that I use the word or rather than and. My deep dive into USB-C perhaps left the impression that this is indeed the vaunted connecting technology of our age. That was until I read a very recent article in ReviewGeek.com titled, "Why USB-C Isn't the One Port to Rule Them All Yet." Having one standard connector to power and charge all of your USB devices would make life a lot easier. And though USB-C is a strong candidate for the universal port title, it isn't there yet, claimed author Dave McQuilling. Barrel jacks are still seen on laptops for connecting power supplies, and Apple's Lightning connectors haven't yet faded away for reasons ranging from cost to practicality to safety concerns. So what are the shortcomings of USB-C, and what are the challenges it needs to overcome on its path to universality? Well, let's explore. For starters, all USB-C ports and connectors look very much the same. However, two different USB-C ports or connectors can have vast differences in properties as well as quality. Also, to receive all of the benefits of USB-C, ports and cables need to use the USB 3.2 standard, if not already using USB 4. USB 4, what's that all about? Well, for your information, the relatively new USB 4 standard was introduced in 2019, though the first computers with USB 4 connectivity didn't arrive until late 2020, a little over a year ago. There's quite a bit to know about USB 4, so I'm planning to make it the topic of my next Tech Talk. A properly designed power cable will limit the amount of power a device can draw. Regulating the power output protects the cable, the device, and the charging port. Unfortunately, many cables on the market do not meet powering standards. Users should always look for USB-IF, stands for Implementers Forum, certified cables to ensure their devices will not be damaged. Fortunately, these cables aren't necessarily the most expensive. For example, even every Amazon Basics USB cable has this certification. Cheap USB cables can be a problem, and consumers need to realize that USB items aren't patent-free technology. Everything, including the USB logo itself, is owned and copyrighted, and the owners do charge a fee for any commercial use. USB-IF certification costs money to companies which want to prove they're making a high-quality product. However, the USB logo fee is waived for USB-IF member companies. Certification fees often result in manufacturers saving money by using the old-fashioned barrel jacks instead for powering. Apple, which worldwide accounts for a quarter of cell phone sales and over 7% of computer sales, still isn't fully on board. And without Apple, a port can't become a universal standard. Some Apple devices do make use of USB-C, including MacBooks and iPads. However, several of their smaller devices, like iPhones, still use Apple's Lightning connector instead. Apple is avoiding the switch for several reasons, including profit, since it receives $4 royalty from every Lightning cable manufactured and sold. Also, it's speculated that Apple won't make the switch because of waterproofing concerns and because it would give them less overall control over their devices' designs. Despite the EU proposal to make USB-C standard, that's the European Union proposal, to make USB-C the standard connector on the continent, Apple might opt to drop charging ports entirely, despite occasional rumors of adopting USB instead. Odds, however, are tilting toward Apple just continuing to use their MagSafe charging system, which you see to the right. Regarding power delivery, most devices could be powered by USB-C's 100-watt, 6-amp maximum power delivery. Nevertheless, there are devices like high-end laptops, speakers, and displays which require power levels beyond USB-C's 100-watt maximum. Of course, manufacturers of such devices normally include an appropriately sized power supply, and consumers needing a replacement or additional power supply for their device should always wisely choose an OEM part and resist buying an aftermarket part. I had a bad experience once with an aftermarket power supply, so I can verify that. Issues and confusion regarding USB-C are mostly the result of trying to bridge the gap between older USB connectors and current cutting-edge types. Hopefully, this situation will improve as the USB 4 standard comes into wider use. USB 4 uses only USB-C type cables and connectors, so the old, nearly obsolete USB type A cables and connectors may start being phased out. Change doesn't happen overnight, but the move to USB 4 with USB type A slowly sailing off into the sunset will certainly be a game changer. Well, that's my Tech Talk story for today, and I am sticking with it. And of course, I'm kind of excited about looking into USB 4 next week. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, and the good Lord willing, we'll see you next week. Bye now.